I'm going to call to order the 2486 meeting of the Darien Police Commission. This is a special meeting, so we will adhere to the agenda as written. Do we have any minutes to approve? No, it's not even on.
Yeah, 21st.
Oh, we're down to public. We were in executive session prior to this for interviews for promotion to sergeant and gift fund approval. So we are now in public session. Acceptance of minutes of November 21st.
Move to approve.
Second.
Any comments, questions, additions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Chief, correspondence.
Correspondence. Being that we're smack dab in the middle of the holiday season, our very supporting and generous residents have continued to drop off food items and treats and holiday cheer for our officers and our team here, and we're always very appreciative of it. Normally we like to single out some of the individuals who have stopped by and dropped stuff off, but there's just been so many that Rick's keeping up with sending thank you notes to everyone, but we're very appreciative and happy holidays to everybody, and thank you.
Any
for
gift
that.
box you want to send out to the commissioner?
I keep looking for those tags that say Darien Police Commission.
Not too many of those.
Excellent. Yes, we appreciate it.
Okay. We received correspondence from Connecticut Chiefs of Police Association regarding our newest graduated probationary officer, Katrina Cook. I know I've mentioned a couple times in public session that she'd been doing really well during her basic training at the Stanford Police Academy, but did not know how well just exactly, but she came out top of her class with the highest grade point average, and she was honored at the Connecticut Chiefs of Police Association last week. Captain Mastriani escorted her up there, and she received an award plaque and was honored along with several other officers who in their respective classes came out with their highest grade point averages.
I believe it was her second award for that, too.
And it's a second award for that, yeah. Wow. So she's off to a fantastic start. We're glad to have her, and she's already, sounds like she's doing pretty well in her field training here as well. So.
Excellent.
And lastly, the Donahue family from town here unfortunately suffered a loss of a family member. Our own Sergeant Pat Clohessy was close with that family, and he assisted with a funeral escort as well as our traffic division a couple weeks ago, or maybe a couple weeks ago. And the family was so appreciative that not only did they provide the whole department lunch one day since, they've also provided some support to the Darien Police Association as well. So we thank them for thanking us, and our condolences to the family on their loss. And I think that is it.
Okay. It is nice to have Captain.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Gentlemen.
And department activity.
Okay, so this is from November 22nd through December 18th. Some notable incidents. In August, officers investigated a hit-and-run accident that occurred on the Post Road. Vehicle traveling eastbound struck a parked car and then fled the scene. Following an investigation, a Norwalk resident was identified as the fleeing suspect. A warrant was issued for his arrest and later executed on November 15th when the suspect was taken into custody. On November 22nd, at approximately 12:29 p.m., the department received notification from the FBI regarding a concerned social media post that involved a potential threat to Darien High School sent by a student. In response, school administrators immediately implemented a shelter-in-place protocol, and extensive department resources were dispatched to the school. After the investigation, it was determined that there was no credible threat to the school. The student was identified, and they were subsequently issued a juvenile summons for breach of peace, second degree. On November 30th at approximately 3:30 a.m., officers responded to a commercial alarm at Greenwich Health, located at 1472 Post Road. Officers observed a male suspect who was a New London resident nearby, and they admitted to entering the building, and he was arrested on scene. He was unable to post bond and was transported to Stanford Superior Court on December 2nd. On November 30th, officers responded to a distress call reporting an assault in progress at a residence on Schofield Farms Road. The suspect, a New York resident, fled the scene but was later apprehended. The victim was found actively bleeding and relayed that the suspect, a known acquaintance, unexpectedly attacked him, resulting in the victim losing consciousness. The victim was transported to the hospital for treatment, and the suspect was taken into custody. He was unable to post bond and was transported to court on December 2nd. In May of 2024, officers responded to a Maple Street residence for a reported burglary of a motorcycle from a locked garage. The victim had listed the motorcycle for sale on social media the day before the theft, which detectives believed allowed the suspect to locate the victim's address. After a lengthy investigation, a male suspect was identified and an arrest warrant was granted. The suspect, a New York resident, turned himself in to us on December 6, 2024, and posted his $100,000 bond. Some statistics: domestic disturbance incidents, we had 5, and 3 domestic violence incidents. There were 3 identity theft incidents, 2 motor vehicle burglaries, 3 stolen motor vehicles, 37 motor vehicle accidents, 2 with an injury, 8 were on private property, 139 traffic stops, and 1,197 calls for service. Also during this time frame, personnel staffed the Darien High School, New Canaan High School Turkey Bowl football game on Thanksgiving, and the event took off with no issues. 7 officers successfully completed a 4-session resiliency coaching training course offered at no cost to the department, led by clinicians from Silver Hill Hospital. The program will begin new cohort in 2025. And also at this time, no through truck traffic enforcement took place on December 10th, assisted by Traffic Officer Bud, with 16 infractions issued, 9 of which for no through truck violations. That's everything.
The no through truck, that's token 8, that's the
Token eight.
related issue that we voted? Yeah, okay.
The only thing I'll add to that, or just comment on, is number 1, the incident that occurred at Darien High School on November 22nd with the student making a alleged threat using social media platform. If families of students in town don't already realize, the FBI is monitoring content. They have ways to know exactly what you're posting, whether you mean it or not, whether you're joking with a friend, and it triggers certain things. In this particular case, there was could have been a legit public safety threat, and we need to respond the way we're trained to do so. We used extensive resources to make sure that everybody in the schools were safe, and as it turned out, it was not a credible threat. However, it did clearly violate some laws we have in place to prevent this type of thing in the first place, and I just want to make sure that message is reinforced, that not only do we take it serious, but there's other agencies involved, and obviously the schools take it serious. So please pass that along to your family members and friends, that we are going to continue to take that serious, and not a good idea even if you're just fooling around. Just want to take another minute out to commend Traffic Officer Tim Budd. He continues to not only organize traffic enforcement in town, but he meets with residents, he coordinates with other agencies now at this point, and he's really attentive to traffic complaints in town. And I know Captain Hidema hasn't been here the last 3 months, but Captain Mastriani is aware too that he's always doing something. He's always looking to keep our roads safer, and we're going to continue to do that, and I just want to commend his efforts. I think that might be all.
Hey, Chief, I just want to recognize Lieutenant White for the resilience coaching training. If you're not aware, we have a peer support team, which is basically our in-house EAP, and Lieutenant White has managed to partner with Silver Hill Hospital in getting basically non-peer support officers trained in some of the stuff that they get in their training. So it's been very beneficial. Some of the things they cover is managing and preventing burnout, identifying values and character strengths, and self-awareness. So I think it's great that TJ took the lead on this and is continuing to do so.
Absolutely, and I think we're, again, further partnering with Silver Hill and asking for officers to volunteer to be part of a program where Silver Hill and a media group's going to come in, and they're actually going to videotape the training that goes on. And we can talk more about that as it gets off the ground and they figure out the logistics of that, but I think we all agreed that we were okay with it as long as the officers that were there were actually there voluntarily and wanted to participate in it. But I think it's all for a good cause, and there's nothing too much that we can do for our officers, making sure that their wellness is in check, and it's a tough job, and as we learn more about what are best practices in the industry and how to support our officers, we're going to continue to pursue every effort that we can.
Okay. Public comment, we have exactly 0 people here from the public, so I will skip to building issues update. Anything?
There were some minor issues, but they've been repaired at no cost to the department, so nothing noteworthy at this time.
Perfect. Traffic issues, the stop sign at Beach Drive, which has been on our agenda for a couple of meetings now. I think we've all had a chance to look at the area, and if there's no other comment, I would recommend that we approve the stop sign at Beach Drive.
Second. Yep.
You good? Any other questions, comments?
We're in agreement with
All
that.
right, all those in favor? And the DOT upgrade at Hollow Tree Ridge Road and at Middlesex Road, again, that's been on our agenda for a couple of times. I think, again, we've all been out there, and we've concluded that there is on the West Avenue approach.
Traveling westbound
To-
on Middlesex.
Oh, on
Yes.
Middlesex,
Yep.
yes. I'm at the wrong intersection.
Couple clicks north. We were willing to consider the stop ahead sign, but until further data can be
Yes.
provided.
Well, I think we were comfortable with that signage, but for the rest of the signage that was suggested or recommended, or we were going to table that until we could actually get the data that the DOT was using to come up with. We still haven't, the Legal Traffic Authority has still not seen the data that the DOT used. And I think before we would approve all the signage, I'd just like to see what they were using.
Okay.
Did I say that?
Yep.
Perfect.
You good? So I don't know if we want to approve the one sign that we all concluded would be helpful for that intersection, or we should table that as well.
I don't think we should do it piecemeal, Kim. Like, this is a big project.
Okay. So we will,
Approve the one stop ahead sign, traveling
no,
westbound?
you were not going to do a piecemeal.
No, not do it, okay.
None. Okay, so directionally, we're all on board with that, but if we could
Get that
somehow get that data, and we could look at holistically the whole intersection, if for whatever reason we can, there's sometimes, it's hard to get stuff out of the state, but if we can't, then we will review that one sign. But let's hold off and cross our fingers that in the next meeting or two, we can see exactly, we can look at what they're looking at, which would be great.
We'll do.
Okay. New business, alarm fund request for a trifold brochure. I don't know who is,
So, the traffic division and myself and Captain Mastriani and Commissioner Hayes have met with some other town stakeholders regarding a kind of an awareness program we wanted to initiate with e-bike and e-scooter laws and rules and safety considerations. One of the first steps we came up with is to create a trifold brochure that we can hand out to the population that we're talking about here, mostly younger kids in town and their parents, so they have a little bit more guidance on what the rules actually are, what the laws actually are. We thought this was a good first step. So we are requesting the commission approve, I believe the price was $440 for 500 pieces of this brochure. Could we say approve alarm fund usage for up to $500 for the brochures?
Sounds good.
Sounds good. All right. I make a motion that we approve up to $500 from the alarm fund to produce trifold brochures alerting the public to e-bikes and the rules and regulations.
Second.
All those in favor?
And one other comment on that, I'll give credit where credit is due. The Darien Police Association approached me as well. they are looking to piggyback on this awareness program as well, and they've offered to have coupons made up in partnership with Heights Pizza, and when they see kids in compliance with the scooter laws and rules and regulations, our officers will be handing some coupons out for a free slice of pizza at Heights Pizza to those responsible individuals that were properly riding their bikes, e-bikes and e-scooters in compliance. I thought that was a nice offer.
That is a very nice offer. Hopefully, we will not see a line of police officers
I've been instructed already
out
not to
Heights.
be redeeming the coupons themselves.
No, that is all good. The more we can do, because it's definitely, could be a safety issue, so rewarding those in compliance and educating those potentially not in compliance is two worthy activities. With that, we come to adjournment. It is a special meeting. Besides coming up with when our next meeting date is, we are complete. Our regularly scheduled meeting is circled here as the 16th. That's the holiday week, or going into a holiday weekend? I don't know my calendar, but
Yeah, I think...
can we do it the 9th? We hear the 9th is better or worse for people. I can't do it on the 23rd, I know.
The ninth, I'm around on the ninth.
Either way, Kim.
I'm good for either.
Can we say the 9th? Works for me.
Good.
Okay. With that, we are adjourned.